Hey y'all, great day today. I'm still in Acapulco at the retreat and just wanted to start few minutes early, just get people prepped up. And there's been some questions around how to get started and things like that. And one of the things that a lot of times people miss is that meditation is not about more stress, and you don't have to worry about even a quiet place. The only reason why we look for a quiet place initially is because it's quicker, easier to drop in when there's no ambient noise. But once you get used to it, you can do it at busy places. Actually, I was myself and one other person I know was meditating while we were doing a TEDx recording. So we were, while we were waiting for our turn to get on the stage, we were meditating, and there was a lot of noise. There was things going around us, but once you get used to this, you can get to your center very easily. And that helped me in my presentation. And that's when I got the idea of doing something completely different. You'll just have to wait for the videos to come out to see what I did. But those are the things that, meditation just connects you to yourself. And that's the idea. For the longest time, I was so disconnected from my body. I was all in the head. Everything had to make logical sense. And being in IT, that was what got me to where I needed to be, but that was a different part of my life. The new journey that started when I got into meditation is very different from that. I don't want to be all in the head. And that's one of the things that a lot of high performers run into, is that they're so much into the head, and sometimes their body is giving them little hints, but over time they've trained themselves not to listen to that whisper. And that's how eventually people get into burnout. And it's just stress, but then it becomes burnout, and then it becomes even worse. And that's how I got introduced to meditation, because it got a lot worse for me. And there were some things that happened, and if it wasn't for meditation, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for meditation. And then, of course, once I started meditation, a lot of the things started to change within my body. And these are not just, woo-woo things, which is what I used to call meditation. These are actual things that you can measure. And one of the big things was, I remember I was talking to my doctor, and she got the report back, the lab test back. And then she was looking at my history, and she was like, okay, what are you doing? Because my diastolic blood pressure used to be very high, and it was getting hard to control. And the only thing that I changed was I started meditating 3 times a day, 20 minutes each. And after I did that, I think it was like day 37 that we stopped all blood pressure medication, because my blood pressure was more on the low side. And ever since then, it's been more towards the low side. So I'm convinced that meditation really helped me not only connect to myself, not only get centered, not only get to my calm, not only get to my true self, but also at a physical level, help me with my blood pressure, give me better health, get rid of that anxiety that I used to have at 3 a.m. And I used to wake up with this high amount of anxiety, really crushing anxiety. That was gone by day 37 of meditation. And that's really how I got converted. I did not used to believe, just like my brother does not believe right now. My sister believes somewhat, but I'm not sure how much. But that's the thing. And we are going to get started. Today is an even day. It's 12:30. We'll get started here. On even days, we do Soham style meditation. And once you are settled in a quiet space, what we're going to do is we're going to take a few deep breaths. These are double deep breaths. They're not ordinary deep breaths. We're going to take a deep inhale. We're going to take another little bit of sip of extra air, and then we're going to hold it for a little bit, and then we're going to exhale with an audible sigh. It's important to do that audible sigh. That's really what gives a signal to the body to relax. It's now time to relax. And all we're doing is bringing the parasympathetic system up. So we're going to do that a few times. And then when we drop into the meditation session, we're going to inhale. We're going to say on the inside, so, and then we're going to exhale, and we're going to say on the inside, hum. But the hum, we're going to audibly resonate that hum through the chest, and you'll see how we do it. And I'm going to get the timer started here. Okay, here we go. So we're going to just close our eyes. Just take a moment to, oh, that was quick. So just take a moment to go to the blankness between the eyes. It's just behind the eyes, and I'm trying to look at right here, but behind the eyes. And there's a blank, like I can see it like a blank circular black space right there. And you might not find it initially, and that's okay. We're just going to focus on that a little bit, and we're going to start with those double deep breaths. So, and my forefingers are touching my thumb, and then my hands are just sitting on my knees. I'm sitting in a chair. I'm not leaning on anything. My back's not against anything, but if that's more comfortable for you, that's okay. So here we go. And as you notice, that was a long exhale with a sigh. And another inhale. Now, notice when you inhale, your stomach might automatically be stiffening up. The idea is to do a full belly inhale with the stomach just loose. No need to tighten it. Now you will notice that you are getting to a space of calm. I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to start with the Soham mantra. Now we start with the mantra on the inhale. We are thinking so on the inside, and then on the exhale, we're just going to make that audible hum sound. And the exhale is longer than the inhale, and we're trying to make it as long as we can because that humming is what's massaging our vagus nerve. Today, I don't have anybody physically in the room, but it is a different experience when you have somebody else in the room. The resonating hum, it's just a different feeling. don't want to say this for newcomers because as soon as I say it, you're going to get some thoughts in your mind. Um, but you're a newcomer now. Eventually, you will become used to this. Even as we do the so and the hum, different thoughts might come to your mind. And just acknowledge it. You have a thought, it's just a thought, it's going to float by. Just like when you get a sensory input from the body, from different parts of your body, it's just an input, it's just a sensor input. You notice it, and that's it. Thoughts are the same way. They're just thoughts that the mind is thinking. They're just drifting by, clouds on a sky, and you are the sky. Just notice the thought and let it drift by. Now, if a thought grabs your attention more, then what you can do is just think about that thought, try to sit with it, and you will notice that it dissipates. And thoughts are going to come. The idea is not to block thoughts. If you try to block thoughts, they're just going to get more intense. So you don't want to block thoughts. Just sit with them and notice them dissipate. Here we go again. In this moment, we have everything we need. We are enough. And one of the thoughts that floated by was how in this moment I don't need to do anything else. I'm just feeling the sensory input from my hands, my forearms. I can feel the cool air settling down in the room. I hear the hum of the AC going. It's so peaceful, quiet. The ocean is not very far from here, but I can almost feel that energy. Going to go back to the mantra. One of the things, the last few breaths, my focus shifted as I inhaled. I repeated the mantra so on the inhale, but then before it became an exhale, I just focused on that switching point, the switching point between inhale and exhale, and then exhale and inhale, trying to see where exactly the switch happens. And that, for some people, just pulls them in deeper. On this last breath, I just noticed a lot of tension just release. Even though my stomach, I thought, was loose, not tense, but there was still tension in it. And my shoulder area was holding some tension. It just exhaled. A childhood memory just floated by. I was taking a moment just to sit with that. But I also wanted to say it out loud so you can get somewhat of an experience of how that goes. This is probably one of my most powerful childhood memories when I was 4 years old. It's what I talk about in most of my talks. It's what starts my TEDx. I just visualize the whole thing. And I visualize me just giving my 4-year-old a hug. I got him. I got him now. Another thought just drifted by. We are getting close to the end of the second year or the second week of this retreat, and I hear my alarm going off. I can feel the energy in people, hear that the excitement of getting back home, but then also that they're leaving us. And that's it, 15 minutes. I can feel something already shifted inside me. I feel a little bit of wetness on my right eye. That little tear was before I got my 4-year-old memory. It's almost like in these 15 minutes, I just relived years of my life. And sometimes these sessions are very powerful, sometimes not as much. But that's where it's at. It's the rep. We come back every day, 15 minutes, reset what is important to us. I'm going to do a 3-minute reflection, then a 5-minute mirror session. It was nice to have everybody join me, and we will be back tomorrow at 12:30 Central. Good day, everyone.